Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 26 of Forgecraft, where today I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I was going to play with a new mod. I'm kind of just like looking through the mods on the server and seeing what's on there, and then picking one and playing with it. So last episode or two we looked at pedestals, right? That was a lot of fun. And today I'm thinking we're going to play a little bit with this mod called Ender Rift. I don't quite get it, but it looks cool. And we're gonna find out if it is cool. It looks interesting, that's for sure. So in order to play with this, we need to form a big multi-block. It's going to be apparently an infinite amount of item storage, and then you can interact with it in some interesting or unique ways. It's not easy to interact with and pull items out manually. It's meant for more automation-ish stuff, I think. But we're gonna check it out and see what happens. So first off, I'm going to sleep through this horrible night. Yay, nap time. Man, listen to all that processing going on downstairs. It is good to know what my machines are all working. Are you still making uranium? Is that what's going on? I would have expected you to have been done by now. I guess not. Okay. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because I set up a miner, didn't I? So that's why that's happening. Okay, good. Yeah, the more uranium, the better. Because I am still, to this day, awaiting... Do I have a buckets yet? Almost 920 millibuckets. We are getting there, folks. Now, that said, I do also have a lot of this stuff. Oh, you're filling up, actually. I should probably do something about you. You're gonna fill up, buddy. You should probably not fill up. You should probably not fill up. Should probably handle that in some way, shape, or form, huh? Are we cool? What's going on? Oh, you're definitely at 100%. Sweet. I think it's just that this is so full. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I kind of had this off for a bit, but I should be prepared for the eventuality that is... You know what I might do is I might turn this guy on for a bit. We'll see. But we probably have a lot of nuclear waste that needs to be handled. As long as we're not building up too much nuclear waste, I think we'll be cool. I think. I'm not super sure. Yeah, you've got a lot of fissile fuel in you. Good. Good. How about you? Are you still burning through this stuff like way faster than we're making it, or not really? My other problem is I'm kind of surprisingly low on power. You know, I mean, to be fair, that thing running is 6 million RF a tick, right? That's a lot of RF. Like, we had a ton here, but look how quickly we're burning through it because that thing's running. So we are actually struggling to keep up with our power demands. It's something I should look into, to be fair. But that said, what I think I'll do, because power is a concern, I'm going to let this thing run again. And that's going to now process the nuclear waste. And it's going to do two things, right? Number one is it's going to get us more power, because this whole system turns nuclear waste into more RF, right? Wow, that is a lot of things in blue there that probably shouldn't be there. I just found a bug in building gadgets, didn't I? That is a very lot of blue text. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, so this thing basically processes nuclear waste into plutonium so that it makes more fuel that goes back into the reactor. So it also slows down the production of this stuff, right? So what I might do is like do some kind of detect if this is full and then turn this on kind of deal. Might be smart. But basically this on equals generate more power. This off equals generate more antimatter. And because we're actually low on antimatter at the moment, I feel like that's probably a good idea, right? Leave it on and see what happens. Anyway, I was going to go make my Ender Rift because I don't know nothing about this mod and I want to play with it a little bit. So we're gonna poke at it with a stick or two and just see what this mod's all about. because I see a new mod. It's, you know, I gotta check it out. Plus, it looks pretty cool, and I mean that very literally. Like, it looks neat from what I saw. So hopefully it doesn't crash the server or nothing. So I think we do that, and then we do this, and then we need an Ender Rift Orb? Or is it the Ender Rift Core? Yeah, the core is what we need to place. So that's going to need one of you, which needs an Eye of Ender, which of course we don't have the blaze powder that we want. There we go. Sweet. So that goes here. And then we do the exact same thing as the bottom row. Boop, 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 boop. So that's what we're looking for. And then we click this with an Ender Rift Orb Unbound. Aha! How cool is that? Does that look cool? And apparently that uses up the Ender Rift Orb. And that's pretty neat looking. Alright. So now my understanding is if I right-click with an item in my hands... No. Left-click? No. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing then. Right-clicking with a stack in hand will insert the stack into the rift. Oh, you know what? I think it needs power. I think it needs power. I'm assuming you need power. Let's get a cube of some kind and see if you drain what's in you. So you're 102. You're a nice full energy cube, right? Let's make sure that your sidedness is outputting. Oh, hello. There we go. The thing got bigger. Did you see that? You see that? It got bigger. So if I tell you to input, do you have any kind of indication? Ender Rift. Do you have any indication of how much power you've got in you? I'm assuming that the thingy in the middle will shrink again at such time. Yeah, I would imagine it shrinks again. I don't know for sure if it runs out of power. But let's keep it powered, because that doesn't seem like the kind of thing we don't want to keep powered all the time. Oh, there you go. Hold on. There's a... Oh, it stores 1,000,000 RF. Okay. Cool. Now, if I'm going to turn off the power for a minute, just to understand, right? Are you losing? No. You still got... Oh, you are losing. Look. Yeah, you are. 999.9 thousand RF. So it loses a little bit of RF a tick just from existing. And I believe interacting with it drains RF too. So I can right-click with a stack in hand, and it inserts it into the Ender Rift. So we just put items into the storage system. So there's like a big, apparently infinite storage system, and we just put items in. And left-clicking with an empty hand will remove a random stack from the rift. So, psst, I left-clicked with an empty hand. This is the part where you give me my redstone back? Maybe? I mean, to be fair, I'm not worrying about a couple blocks of redstone, but hey, this is the part where you give me things. Left-clicking with an item in hand will remove a stack of the same item. Okay, cool. Right-click, put item in. Left-click, supposed to put item out. Cube says no. Alright, there's other ways. There's other ways to interact with this thing. So hopefully they work. But we're gonna have to see, right? We're gonna have to see. So there should be dirt and redstone in there now, right? So let's look at what we got. There's an automation browser. That's interesting. And that needs an automation proxy. So we should probably get a handful of hoppers here to check this mod out. I mean, first off, the model just looks stinking cool, doesn't it? Doesn't it look cool? I think it looks super cool. Very impressed with the model. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, look, there's my redstone. Where's my dirt now? I don't know. Right-click in, left-click out, but it seems like I don't know where it goes. That was the redstone, though, right? That was totally my redstone. Huh. I'm gonna put a bucket in you. Boop. Bucket in. Left-click. Should be extracting a bucket of some kind. Oh. Anyway, let's play. So we were going to make from Ender Rift. an automation proxy, right? That seemed cool. And then we are going to make an automation browser. Seems interesting. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I just put the... Yeah, I did. I'm smart. Not smart. Let's try that again. Automation browser. I think I shift right-click it. Yeah, there we go. Hey! Oh, look, you can access the things. That's cool. Okay, look, there's my stuff. Now, can I take it out that way? Oh, well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That kind of works. There you go. That's interesting. So it's just like, here's a giant... Is it like an infinite refined storage system? I guess? Now there's also a crafting browser, which looks cool. So what if we were to... Oh, look at that. Sort by number, sort by... Okay. Apparently dropping items on here also inserts them, so that's a thing to note, right? Like, just be aware. So there's your crafting browser. Ba-boop. Oh, would you look at that? That is cool. That is cool. Ah, that doesn't work, though. That's a thing that does not work. All right, that's a thing that doesn't work. I'm used to being able to hit E to close the inventory. So because I can't, because it like defaults the search bar up here, and me hitting E to close the inventory is not a thing. Totally messing with me. But that's cool. All right. It doesn't recognize this bit, though, so that's a thing. Not the end of the world, mind you, but definitely a thing. Nonetheless. Also, it doesn't seem like it... Oh, okay. Yeah, no, so it doesn't seem like it extracts the items in there for the purposes of crafting, right? So that's kind of cool. So it's just like... It's kind of just basically like a very simple crafting mechanic, right? That's cool. And then the other thing is the automation interface. So there's an automation interface. This is one we should check out. This one will automatically put items in or extract from the big network thingy. So this dude, for example. And what this does is you can shift-click items into here, and it works kind of like an applied energistics or refined storage interface, in that you can like specify to keep a certain amount in stock, and it'll pull it out, right? I guess it doesn't count the stack size. I think it just says, I will give you all the redstone that I have, right? So even if you say just one redstone, all right. So you're just saying like, hey, like let's get like some stone bricks, right? I could, and they would do the thing, right? And then it doesn't store a certain amount. It just takes out a stack, right? That's cool. Oh, look at that. Haha. Neato burrito. Very spiffy. Very spiffy. Yeah. If power fails, I don't know what happens. If I would lose my power, if I would lose my items or not. Like right now we've got a long way to go before power is going to fall. Like, you know, we've got a ways to go before power fails. But we could probably play with that a little bit. So that's neat. I like that. So the interface there is pretty cool. What else do we got here? So we got the core that builds the multi-block. We've got the automation interface, which is this guy. We've got the crafting things, the proxy. What's an automation driver do? It sounds like something. Anybody, Bueller? Automation driver. That might have fallen into the network. Yeah, it did. So what's an automation driver do? It looks like it needs RF. That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, if the item falls into the network, that's a thing. Oh, so he looks like he connects. He connects to an RF doohickey. think he's like powery. I'm pretty sure if the core is broken, the items are voided. So don't do that. Pretty sure according to, so there's a note on the CurseForge page for this guy. It says all the ender field is self-sustaining. If the ender field is destroyed, the rift closes, and if all the shared rifts close, it has been proven impossible to reach the same space between space ever again. So I think that's a nice fancy way of saying if you break all these, is gone forever. Yeah. Rift Driver provides power to the inventory networks, allowing one or more interfaces to access the contents of the attached inventories. Interesting. Huh. That's cool. I don't know if I quite understand the Rift Driver. Provides power to the inventory networks, allowing one or more interfaces to access the contents of the attached inventories. So would that be like this? You would think, but shouldn't I be seeing my stuff in here? Maybe he needs power? Not sure about that one. It definitely looks like it recognizes the connection, right? And then it hides the connection when it's no longer valid. So I'm not super sure what it does. That one I'm a little confused on, right? There is an admin command to recover a rift, though. So, if you want. So I think this orb thingy might be an item you get back if you break it. Oh, hello. I put my pickaxe in there. Should we try it? What would we be voiding? Just a few, let's see. 94 stone bricks is what's in there. So let's see what happens if I... Oh, hello. Cool. Okay. That ain't so bad, right? Now, this is a Rift ID. See how it's bound to a Rift ID? Okay, cool. Oh, hold on a sec. I want to try something. What if we make another one of these? Praise rods, please. Wonder if I can copy the Rift ID of some kind? Unbound and bound, right? So if I replace the core and then hit that dude, he's back. So there's definitely some items on the ground there. Archon, please. Give him some power. He's online. Oh, look! Hey, look! Look! Stone bricks! I think when I was left clicking to break it, it was removing a couple of them from the inventory. Okay, cool. So they're still there, right? So now, is there a way to... Haha, Rift ID 1. Okay. So now if I built another multi-block and bound it to the same Rift ID, it would connect into the same shared inventory. So it's like an ender chest kind of deal? That's cool. I could see that being useful. I could see that being... Okay. I see that as a neat thing. So if we made another one of these dudes... Right? And we got some more iron blocks. Burp, 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 burp. And we popped this guy here. And I'm going to want 2 more of these. I see how that works now. And it's kind of cool. Right? And we had an automation interface. Automation browser. Not what I wanted, but close enough. So you go there. This dude here. Remove this. And then you're already bound to 1, so I'm going to put this Rift ID into here. Now they're both bound to 1. And we can give you some power. And then we do our automation browser, and they share the same inventory space now. See? 95 and 95. So if I take a stack out of here, it's removed out of there. That's cool. So it's kind of like an ender chest, right? They don't seem to share power. So like the gist is there's some, location that's storing these items, and these are just connector points to that location, right? That's cool. That's neat. It's a big multi-block is the only way to access it. I wish I knew how this worked. How does this work? The automation driver. What if I... Nope, that does not do what I was hoping it would do. What would be cool is if this was like a shortcutty way to access this, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Still don't quite understand the automation driver. Provides power to the inventory networks, allowing one or more interfaces to access the contents of the attached inventories. Huh? There's also apparently Rift proxies, but I don't see that listed here as an item. There's automation proxies. Maybe that's it? Extend the range of Rift browsers interfaces, allowing the connections with more than one target and to targets that are further away. Note, however, that the scanning range is limited to 32 blocks. Okay. Huh. Neat. Yes, each Rift needs to be powered independently in order to allow access to the structure. And right-click an existing assembled Rift with an unbound Rift Orb to bind the orb to the existing Rift. This allows the ender chest-like access to the same items from multiple locations. Cool. I get it. That's neat. I like it. How cool is that? All right, guys, we're back. So the next thing I want to look at is refined storage. And we're going to see if it can interact with it. So let's do external storage here. So I'm going to put something of interesting note in here. I'm going to put my wrench from refined storage in here. And we're going to see if we can access the wrench from refined storage through this thingy. That sound cool? So I'm going to connect in before Forgecraft crashes. Definitely looks like it's connected-ish. I'm going to move all this junk. Badoop. Obviously, I just want to test it to see if it works. So, yes, Direwire. All right, so now can you see the wrench that's in there? He can see the wrench. Look at that. That's cool. Look at that. And stone bricks, I presume. Yes, 415 stone bricks. Well, that's a thing. That is a thing. That is very much a thing. Still haven't quite figured out what the automation driver does. Yeah, goodbye storage drives was right. Still haven't quite figured out what this does. Can't see the contents of the chest. Can't see the contents of the rift. And he clearly connects to... He draws a connection to something that does power. He stores power. And he also draws a connection to something that does items. Because that's all chests do, is item transfer, right? So, don't quite know. Don't quite know what it's doing. Yeah, that's a thing that I'm not sure about. Yeah, maybe it's just for power purposes, because it does have its own generator, right? A rudimentary generator, which looks cool. We should check out. I think we had one at one point, right? It's very basic, my understanding, right? In terms of power gen, I think it's just like, you know, a really simple power generator. It's cool looking though, right? Oh, this is the one that heats up, right? Yeah, this is the one that heats up that Soren was telling us out way early on in the series, right? It has to heat up first, and then it'll produce RF. And we found that it just like wasn't a great RF producer, mostly because of the heat up time, right? Isn't that what we found? I think that's what we found. But it's, you know, it does the job, right? I totally get the idea of saying like, hey, I have a mod that uses RF. I should supply some kind of generator. Meanwhile, Dyer never does that, because he's got 4 mods that use RF and 0 mods that supply power generators. Okay? He's just like, hey, if you want to play with my mod, go get something that uses RF and generates power for it. Like, I don't... I just feel like it's silly to put, like, some kind of coal generator in every one of my mods. That's why I made charging gadgets, right? So that you could charge up your items with coal. But then I went and made other mods that, you know, like Dyer do, that totally needs stuff and things that don't... Yes. So, long story short, Dyer, please. I should have some shy snacks. Yeah, Dyer needs a Dyer power mod. Ugh, that sounds like a lot of hassle to write. No thanks. No thanks. So yeah, this is neat. I kind of like Ender Rift. Definitely kind of a cool... Like, theoretically, I could now just get rid of all my disk drives and just be like, put all items in here, right? Like, literally, this is now your item storage. You can access all the things. And we'll just Ender Rift everything from the refined storage using external power. That sounds ridiculous, but I think that technically would be feasible, to be fair. Wouldn't that be an accurate statement? Because the external storage works. So if the external storage works, you know, 471 out of 640. Interesting. You're listing 640 as some kind of cap. Let's see, can we bump that up? I think the more stuff that's in there, I see what's happening. It's dynamically scaling its item stack size, right? The amount of stuff it can store, right? Because is 896 divisible by 64? I think so. I think so. Hey Siri, what's 896 divided by 64?
896
yes.
divided by 64 is 14.
Yes. So if I put a building gadget in there, right? See, it added another stack. It added another stack to 960, right? And then if I take it out, it removed that stack, right? So now it's back to 896 again. So, and I think, and I might be wrong, but I think there's some extra details. Looking at the wiki, there's like, apparently Whala or, you know, whatever up here should be giving you more information about the core in terms of like RF. Because I think it takes more RF the more it stores. So it might scale and get a little expensive over time. That I'm not sure about. Yeah, it may or may not use more Forge energy as it, you know, changes things. So I think it totally scales with the contents of it. So that's kind of cool. Neato burrito. We should just leave it there, right? And then if our drives fill up, we'll see if it becomes a problem. Like I don't want to just start using it for all my item storage, because if something happens, it'll probably be bad, right? Like all my items are gone now. But I do kind of. I'm just curious. Does it work? Anyway, that's Ender Rift, and that's also a good wrapping up point for the episode. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and check out some other new mods on Forgecraft, because there's definitely some cool things to play with here. And there's a lot we haven't touched on yet. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Which one's this? Oh, Mystical Agriculture, right. Take it easy.